Hello, good afternoon, everybody. It is, if you're watching and you're hearing me now, it is Thursday. It's 12 o'clock noon on Thursday, May the 22nd. So if it isn't 12 noon on May the 22nd, you're so welcome, but you are watching on playback. Hey, first of all, as you can see, to my left or to my right, whatever way you want to say it, we have Daryl. Daryl from the Solo Holiday Forum by Passion for Cruises. Good afternoon, Daryl.
Good afternoon, Peter. How are you? Are you well?
I'm very good, and you're looking very well because you've just come back from Morocco.
Correct. I have indeed. Yes, I was very fortunate last week to go out there and do some snippets of the tour we're going to be talking about today. And yeah, get kind of this real kind of East meets West feel. I'd never been to Morocco before. I'd never been to Tunisia. I'd been to Egypt, and the great thing is I wanted to see what Morocco was like as an alternative to Egypt, and I was really, really pleasantly surprised. And like I say, would highly recommend it to all our guests out there. I mean, first and foremost, Pete, it's just over 3 hours on a flight, and they fly from a lot of airports across the UK. So yeah, really, really, really impressed with the destination, the
Fan-
people, and most important, the food and the wine and the alcohol. So yeah, can't go wrong.
And they can't go wrong with this, especially if you haven't done an escorted tour before. This, and you've always been thinking about doing them because we get some, I mean, Dow gets some amazing tours all around the world. This is a great first option, Dow, isn't it? It really is. It's a really affordable first great option. And this is a wonderful one as well. This is Morocco. This is the Imperial Cities of Morocco. It's solo exclusive escorted tour, Dow.
Yeah, so just to kind of give you a little bit of an insight, it's the Imperial Cities of Morocco. It's departing on the 19th of November 2025. And this tour is a tour with Mercury Holidays. Now, a couple of things with this. Mercury Holidays do this tour, but that we have never been able to sell it as a solo exclusive. It's always been sold as basically a tour where solos can join on, but there may be couples and friends on the trip. And you could be the only solo. But we've been going back and forth. We've got a great relationship with Mercury and saying, look, we want to do a tour. We want to sell this tour, but we want it on solo exclusive. So they said, let's put it together for the 19th of November. And we'll basically give you the whole of May to sell this exclusive to yourselves. So
Wow.
before they go and put it via their direct channels and out to other travel agents, we've had the whole month as a free sale to get people onto this trip. So like you say, this is going out in November,
And
the
this is the
19th of
itinerary,
November.
Dow.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic itinerary. So, like you say, before I go into the itinerary, Pete, I'll just kind of reiterate. So, it goes out on the 19th of November, 2025. It is a solo exclusive trip. So that means you're going to be going away with like-minded solos. You're going to have your own room throughout. You get to see so many great cities, including Fez, Casablanca, Marrakesh. Um, it's a 7-night trip. And because it's November, it's not the huge busy season. So it's a great time to get out there, but it's starting just to cool down ever so slightly. So you're still going to be warm and perfect weather for touring though. And like I say, you're going to have a tour managers, local guides throughout. And the most important thing, it's a great one if you want to go away for the first time on a tour because the price point is leading in at 1199 per person.
And I've got to say, Mercury, by the way, I just come back from one, to India. Absolutely fantastic organisation, and their tour guides are. Our one was the best I've ever come across. So they are absolutely fantastic. They use really good tour guides. If you are watching, by the way, on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook as well, also, if you've got any questions, please ask us a question. So I know you want to know the tour. I know you want to know the deals. So Daryl, please talk us through it. I know you've got some great photographs that you've had as well of you in Morocco as well. So here we go, Daryl.
Yeah, so basically, this tour, as I said, is perfect for a first timer or anybody looking to do North Africa. And this itinerary includes all the major cities of Morocco. So, you day one, you'd fly from either Gatwick or Manchester into Marrakesh, where you'd settle in for the night before kind of moving on to Casablanca. Day two, you'll then move on from Marrakesh to Casablanca. Now, Casablanca is this vibrant city, and where kind of modern meets sophistication, and you get kind of that real rich Moroccan heritage. So you're really lucky. You get stuff like stunning architecture, bustling markets, and the beautiful Atlantic coastline. So that first and foremost is your Casablanca. Casablanca, part of the itinerary, you get to see the Notre Dame church as well, which, as I said, is one of those kind of modern architectural kind of buildings where people really are wowed, and it's a great one to get that kind of social media photo for your profile. And yeah, like I say, it's one of the focal points of the tour and the itinerary when you go there. Also, when you're actually in there, you've got the Hassan Mosque as well. So yet again, when you go into these countries, what I quite like about going to somewhere like Morocco is, as I said at the very beginning, it's east meets west. So you do get that kind of sense, and you can see how Moroccans live, how they kind of worship as well. So you will get to go to the Hassan Mosque in Casablanca. You then move on. Day three is a real cool day, because you'll be going from Casablanca to Fez, but via Rabat. And Rabat is famous for the Medina there. So it's what's good about the Medina in Rabat. It's not so big. So basically, it's a more relaxed alternative to the other Moroccan Medinas. So, and you get filled with like really cool traditional crafts, shops, cafes. And then what you'll do on that journey as well, you'll go to Verbilis, which is a well-preserved Roman city in Morocco, known for its impressive mosaics and ruins that offer a glimpse into the Roman life during their kind of invasion of North Africa. So that's only kind of day three, Peter. Day four, you'll then move on to Fez, and Fez is this captivating city known for its well-preserved medieval vibrant souks, deep spiritual and cultural roots that make it the heart of Moroccan, traditional Moroccan life. And then you'll move on then to day five. And day five, this is where you get into, you kind of go from Fez to Benabali, and basically that is kind of the heart of the Atlas Mountains. And the Atlas Mountains is where I kind of spent majority of my time over the weekend. And the Atlas Mountains stretch across North Africa, and it's this amazing rugged homeland. And you get to see the how the Berber people live, and they're they're known as like a bit like nomads. So the Berbers were the settlers that came into this area, who had moved around all of kind of North Africa and decided to settle in the Atlas Mountains. But they've preserved kind of ancient traditions in the way they make food, how they kind of entertain themselves as in the evenings, and they've got their own unique language, culture, and it's a tradition that's gone on for centuries, and they're certainly keeping up with it. And you'll see some of the photos later of myself. I actually got to spend some time with a Berber family.
Yeah, don't leave the live, folks. We've got some lovely
Yeah,
photos at the end to show. Absolutely amazing. Yeah,
yeah,
fantastic.
and then day six, that's where you'll kind of move on to Marrakesh, but on the way you'll stop at the three-tiered waterfall set within the friendly kind of Berber area, so you'll still be within the Atlas Mountains. And that journey actually I did on Monday, actually, Peter. This Monday is fascinating, and I'm a massive fan of escorted touring, and one of the big things I'm really fascinated with is just staring out the window on the bus or on the coach and just looking out and seeing kind of how all these amazing countries are formed, seeing how the locals live. And yet again, and you've done it in India recently. That particular bus journey was fantastic. I could just literally look out the window the whole time and just see how the locals live. And it was a really nice journey. And there's plenty of stops on the way as well for people. So so that's where you'll move on to Marrakesh. And then day 7 is where you get into Marrakesh. Now, Marrakesh, the big thing about going to Marrakesh is when you go into kind of the souks, and what have you, and the market, a tour manager, a local guide is the best way. And the great thing about these tour managers, local guides, they will steer you in the right direction, because the souks, the markets are absolutely massive. But how they are built, they're built so every alley you go down will take you back to the main square.
Wow.
So if you do, like you say, lose the rest of the group when you're shopping and haggling, and don't forget to haggle out there. Don't go in for the first price you see. You do need to work on your negotiations if you want to haggle, if you want to buy some stuff in the markets. Is literally that the alleys all lead back to the main square, which your tour manager will say. So yeah, an amazing destination, Morocco. There's so much culture. The buildings, the architecture is just absolutely stunning. And one thing I was really impressed with, Peter, was the food. The food quality out there was absolutely stunning. Yes, I've probably had more tagines than I want for the next few months, but the food standard was very, very good out there, and
Well,
we were so well looked after. And the Moroccan philosophy is, it doesn't matter who comes in, where you're from, what religion you are, that you have to be well looked after because you're a guest of Morocco.
that's incredible, and it's an amazing tour. It was with an amazing company as well. I've got to say that, but also, Daryl, it's actually an amazing deal.
Yeah, so the pricing, Peter, is so good. So going out on the 19th of November, as I've said, you can fly from Gatwick or Manchester. The Manchester price is at 1369, and the lead-in price from Gatwick is 1199. Is a deposit today of £295. Included in that is hand-picked accommodation. So you're going to get good standard accommodation, 14 meals, 6 excursions, expert local guides, which are so important in places like Morocco. So you get,
Massive.
yeah. And so just to give you an insight again, on Sunday, our tour leader, he gave us some insights into local life. He gave us insights into marriage, and just understanding again a different culture. So they are worth their weight in gold. You know yourself, as you said about your recent India trip. All your entrance fees, your return flights are included, overseas transfers and transport, hold luggage for all flights, and most importantly, it's ABTA and ATOL protected.
And also, this is the number, Daryl.
Yeah, so we're a local rate number. So for anybody watching for the first time, our telephone number is 02920 619 961. That number again, 02920 619 961. Now we're based in Cardiff, and that is a local rate number. So anybody phoning in, don't worry, it's not an 0800 number or anything like that. It's a local rate number.
And just painting the picture, some of the things that you're going
Yeah,
to
so
see.
that photo of Marrakesh there with the cobras. Really interesting fact
Yeah.
about them with the snake charmers is basically the reason the kind of the cobras come up and it looks like they're dancing is actually the hot air, and they're swaying to the hot air. So
Wow.
'cause I'm really anti-snake. The being close to that kind of scares the living daylights out of me. But
Mm.
that's what I did find out when I was over there. And then, like you say, seeing seeing all the riads and everything that forms this amazing country, and the ruins, the people, the food, like you say, and even price over there, very, very reasonable. Money again, a bit like India, Pete, similar to yours. You just take how much you want roughly when you're over there, and just change it at the airport as soon as you arrive.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely incredible, Dal. It is. And talk us through, Dal, because I'm going to go through your photos now of your personal experience as well. And having that personal experience is absolutely massive. And I can see that you're still absolutely buzzing from this trip.
yeah.
So, Dal, talk us through the photos.
So as I mentioned earlier, I went and spent some time with a Berber family. This was the local family. We went to their house, and this was kind of an optional excursion I wanted to do. And this is where we got to see them how they live. So this is the wife, basically how she went for a hotel of basically needling and making the dough for the bread, where she cooked the bread, and then the bread that we had with our dinner when we sat with them. Now there was with the Berber family, there was a little boy, 10 years of age, football mad, but he was actually serving us our food, collecting our plates. And that
Yeah,
for me was just fascinating because I've got an 8-year-old daughter, and I was
yeah,
thinking she wouldn't know where to start, bless her,
yeah.
if she had to do what that little boy did. And yeah, just they made us feel so welcome, and we were so well looked after.
What a personal experience it really is. So
Yeah.
sorry, Dad. So I've got to go for this. There you go, Darren. That looks
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, it does, and that's what makes Morocco so special. You can see why so many films have been made and set in Morocco purely and simply because of the colors of the buildings. Like you say, you go to any of the markets. Um, Obviously, it's bustling as well in the cities. So yeah, it's just a fabulous country, and that was me rafting in the Atlas Mountains on or kayaking, excuse me, on Saturday. So yeah, I got
Wow.
to swim in that, and that actually bit of water is the reservoir that feeds Marrakesh.
Wow. I mean, look at this. I mean, it looks absolutely stunning, Dal. And as you said, the waterfalls, look at, absolutely incredible. And there you are, Dal.
Yeah. That Saturday, that was Friday night, and all funny enough, Peter, while I was over there, one of the big things is we were talking about solo travel and how we can get more solo travelers out to places like Morocco. So it was kind of, I was getting to do snippets of this tour, but at the same time, we went over there with the whole passion for cruises, emphasis on what
Mm,
we can do for places like Morocco, but also people want to work with us. So tourist boards, there was more tour operators speaking to us and saying, look, what can we do to get more solo customers? So like you say, the world is beautiful from a
it
solo
is.
perspective at the
But
moment.
I'm always honest, but there was one big disappointment for me from everything you sent me, Daryl. Yeah,
Yes.
and this is what's disappointing for me is I can't see Daryl anywhere.
What makes this video so special, Peter, is that
Wow.
basically that was just in my hotel, and we got a snippet of like yet again how the Morocco traditional like folklore, Moroccan music, dancing, and people from all over the world who were staying in the hotel were all getting involved, and that's what I loved about it. It was just yet again just kind of embracing the
Yeah,
culture and seeing
and
how others live.
that's the number. That's the number to call, folks. That is a great opportunity. It really is. Just to throw you that deal again, just so you can see. Because again, if you haven't, if you're thinking of an escorted tour, especially a solo escorted tour, what an opportunity that is. That's an incredible, wonderful itinerary. It is. You can see all the highlights there. As you said, it's partnering with Mercury, who I know. Their guides are absolutely fantastic. I can't tell you how impressed I was, and what an opportunity price wise with so much included, Daryl. So much included.
Yeah, so Peter, just to kind of finalize on that, or summarize, excuse me, is we've got London Gatwick at 1199. We've got Manchester at 1369. It's a deposit of 295. We've already got 5 people booked on it already. Okay, so that just so any customers going, have you got anybody else booked on it? We've got 5 people already booked. It goes
Wow.
back to Mercury on the 31st. So at the moment, we've got exclusive. So for any PFC customer who wants to book on it, do book on it before the 31st because that's when it will go back to Mercury. And then that's where we're not sure that the prices may creep up.
Yeah.
Um, as I said, the deposit's 295. And then the big thing as well, because one of the questions we may get asked on this one is kind of, does this tour involve a lot of walking? And these tours usually involve more travel to ensure you experience the best of the destination. Walking can be around 4 hours per day. You will cover more distance and may stay in a variety of hotel. These tours are not suitable for those with walking difficulties, just purely and simply because you are in a lot of hotels on this one.
Okay, fantastic. So, folks, what a great opportunity! Absolutely wonderful opportunity. It really is. So, make sure you give Daryl and the team a call. And just to finish off with, before we say goodbye, for all that are still watching as well, thank you. Just to give you a little bit of the taste of the highlights of what you're going to expect.
I want to go back now, Peter.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? And I'm just looking at it now, just going, look at that, just incredible.
So that's it. So like I say, if anybody does want to get in touch today, just give us a call.
Yeah,
02920 619 961. We're
it's
here.
absolutely stunning. It really is. Just want to say thank you, by the way, to CJ,
Thank you very much.
who's
Lovely show
always
again, guys. Well done.
Thank
always in
you.
the background doing everything there just in case. It looks, that highlight package there looks absolutely incredible. It really does. Looks like an incredible tour as well. Daryl, thank you so much for coming on as always and presenting it in such a wonderful way, painting the picture. You've just come back and it's a great opportunity for everybody to do this as well. Thank you again, CJ, for what you do behind the scenes. And
Thank you,
most
guys.
importantly, I want to say thank you to all the members who are still watching. We really appreciate every single one of you. If you're on YouTube, please like the video. It helps. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'm sure Daryl will be back in the future. So you've got until the end of this month, Daryl, to basically to get the solo exclusive of PFC.
Yeah,
Correct, yeah?
that's correct. And then Peter, just to say on what you said, we'll be back in the future. For everybody watching, me and Peter have been doing a lot of work, and Chris in the background now, and we've got some cool shows coming up from the holiday perspective within the business. So yeah, so do stay tuned, and we will update you shortly on what we've got coming out.
Yeah, and
Exciting times, though. Exciting
Yeah, it
times.
certainly is.
it is. And on YouTube, if you hit the bell, you'll get a reminder that we're going to go live, so you don't miss out on these great opportunities. Thanks, folks. Really appreciate everybody watching. What a great opportunity. What a great tour. I'm sure that lots of people will be giving you a call, Daryl, to get on this and experience the same thing you've experienced as well. Thanks, folks. And we'll see you all very soon.